Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today, guys, of course, you're continuing the journey of the Batman. This is the Batman Season 5, Episode 4, White Heat. Interesting title. So last week's episode was the My Name is Oliver Queen episode, aka Green Arrow's official introduction into the Batman, because of course, he was at the end of Season 4 in the Watchtower with all those heroes and everything. It was a cool shot of all these characters. I'm like, holy crap, amazing! And then, of course, the end of the episode. So we got officially introduced to him in this one. Chris Hardwick, I had no idea was voicing the character until after the fact when I uploaded the video. I'm like, really, Chris Hardwick? I just didn't hear it. I just didn't really pay too much attention. But it was a good introduction. He accused, unfortunately, Bruce Wayne of working with Count Vertigo and everything and causing all these kids to get sick and stuff. And he had nothing to do with it. Obviously, Bruce Wayne had nothing to do with this because Count Vertigo somehow was building in secret in a Wayne lab tech, whatever. I think it was like a Wayne lab building or whatever. Building a gigantic machine that he could take over the whole world with this stuff. It's like, what the hell? Like, of course, he's taking over the whole world. Typical. We got the origin of Green Arrow and all that kind of stuff in terms of being on an island and everything, and then honing a skill with a bow and arrow and all that kind of stuff, and coming back and saving his city. Well, you know what I'm saying. But it was a really good episode overall. I really enjoyed the team up with Batman and Green Arrow. It was really cool to see that, and I'm excited to see what happens next. So you guys have been commenting, saying on that video, saying that this episode, I'm hoping this episode is the one you guys are pretty excited for me to react to. So if you guys, let's check out episode 4 of season 5, the final season of the Batman. Let's go. Firefly, right?
Never forget your first crime. Radioactive phosphorus. Just what the doctor ordered. And I'd be very careful. I fumble this ball, we're all toast.
Who is this woman?
Beauty, brains, and cool under fire.
All I did was design a few simple upgrades to your equipment. It isn't rocket science.
Once we have the gold, we'll steam away from Gotham and never look back.
Look, we're famous.
You're on the news.
Oh, crap.
Her name's Blaze? Figures.
Check with Firefly's old associates. Explosion on the south side.
It didn't say explosion though, it just showed a little dot. I don't know. Anyways.
He gave you a radiation detector? Why don't I get a radiation detector?
You can sit in the front seat.
Anyone using
Calm
that
down.
computer?
Nuclear physicist. Quit her job at Gotham U when her project for boosting nuclear energy output was shut down over safety concerns.
Where'd all that radiation go?
Into him. Whoa. Careful.
I'm walking here. Or hands in the air.
It burns away.
Temperature control needs some work.
It's crazy. Careful.
Dr. Blaisdell, I presume?
Mm-hmm.
Looking for these?
Yep, she's looking for the keys. Yeah, he's not... Oh. Whoa.
Thanks for getting the name right, Batman. Phosphorus.
Phosphorus. Interesting. Ooh.
Too hot, in the back.
Whatever.
Whatever. Oh, okay.
You can't be in a car without setting it on fire.
This
Exactly.
power's gonna take some practice, that's all. Just give me a chance. A sweet life, we're this close.
The sweet, that's all gone now, man. I think it's getting worse.
Breathe. Burn.
Okay. I was like, what?
Okay, so I'm still working out the temperature thing.
The secret to maintaining that healthy glow.
Oh shit, lock him in. They can get out. Yep. Ooh. Oh, there you go. Fight back, yeah. Ooh. I think that's not gonna hold him.
Heat reactive
Nope,
carbon
it's not gonna hold him.
He's been losing it since the accident. He couldn't control the powers.
Throw all your ice pellets.
All of them. It's not gonna work though. How do you stop him?
You took your best shot, Bats.
Yeah.
Care to see mine?
Jesus. How are they gonna stop him? I don't even know.
How much lead lining?
A centimeter all around should be an effective radiation shield.
Oh.
We may be staring at an uncontained reaction.
Yeah.
As in a
That's what I'm
nuclear
thinking.
bomb?
If he absorbed enough radiation, it means he'll get hot enough to melt into the ground. But not before destroying most of Gotham.
I'm hungry.
It's raw.
Not when I'm done chewing it.
That's true. Oh.
You wanted it!
I didn't want this.
She didn't want any of this. It's getting worse. She's out of there. It's time to cut your losses and run. Get out.
Working with my enemies? Is
No,
that it?
well,
I'm done with your powers, Garfield. He's crazy.
yeah.
You used to think I was hot, Blaze. Oh, I'm hot, all right.
Oh, shit. Ain't gonna do nothing. I love that suit. I love it. Yeah, I kind of figured.
I'm just getting warmed up.
No, you're gonna make it. Oh boy.
I'm not one of your pathetic Arkham whack jobs, bats.
Well, I mean,
I
you
have
were.
real power.
Holy shit. You're still trying to fight him.
Garfield,
Oh!
don't do this.
Oh!
Please.
Oh, that was fast.
Huh?
Oh, damn. Okay.
Something had to cool him down.
Did that actually work, though?
Right now, only a special gas mixture is able to keep him under control.
Garfield,
Damn.
Please.
whatever spark existed between us, it's gone.
You know the phrase, turning up something to 11? Well, that's what happened in this episode. My God, Firefly, well, Phosphorus, his abilities were getting worse and worse every single time we saw him. Because at first he's like, I can get used to these new abilities. I actually have powers instead of using a suit. I actually absorbed this, radiation or whatever, and now look at me. I have these fire abilities. It kept getting so much worse. Oh my God. And Robin even made the point to say, he's like a nuclear bomb. And he's like, well, not necessarily, because Bruce is like, well, no, but he'll have a meltdown, but he'll take all of Gotham pretty much with him. So Gotham was literally in a state of, I guess, red alert or whatever, essentially, because this is the most danger that Gotham has been in, I think, since the joining situation with the alien invasion, all that kind of stuff. And I don't think Gotham, even before that, has ever been in this kind of danger to where literally the entire city could be destroyed in a matter of seconds based off of Phosphorus, Firefly's abilities. It was kind of crazy. And having him have a girlfriend kind of in this episode was interesting choice as well, because we've only seen him by himself or teaming up with other villains or whatever. And of course, that never really works. But he's working with someone, of course, named Blaze, of course, and it kind of ties into the whole Phosphorus thing and the abilities that he inherited, not, by, him, choosing these abilities. It was by accident or whatever. He wasn't paying attention and all that kind of stuff because he's tired of being a Gotham. He wants to do some big score. He wants to, do some big heist or whatever, and then get out with his new woman, Blaze, of course. It wasn't spelled like Blaze, but, that's the way it was pronounced, Blaze. So we have all that. He's not paying attention, and then they steal this nuclear type thing or whatever, and he absorbs it because of an explosion, because he actually, I think, cut into it, and it exploded. And at first, he was just burning up. You see the glow around him, but then he starts using his abilities, and then at some point, when Batman uses those frozen little things or whatever, and actually hits him like frozen pellets or whatever, like he's used them before in many different occasions. He uses them, and that's where literally Firefly transforms into Phosphorus, because he has that red, black, charcoal, lava looking, skin or whatever. That's he just looks completely different now. It's kind of crazy, his look. And then, of course, getting worse and worse, to the point now where his woman, Blaze, wanted nothing to do and was done with it, because literally we can't do anything. He got back into that back of that truck and it burned up. So they can't do anything, and he's trying to eat. That's raw food. It'll be cooked when I'm done with it, and then it completely disintegrates. He touched cash, he touched gold, they all disintegrate. And then as he's getting more angry and frustrated, the worse his powers are getting, and it's getting bad. And then, of course, he heads for the power plant at the end. I think that it was an interesting look at a kind of couple where he his whole entire, I wouldn't say his whole entire personality, but a lot of him changes because of his abilities, and he's getting more and more angry, and he just can't really do anything besides, he does have these powers, but it's getting worse and worse and worse. And it wasn't, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna try to control it, and you can't. And you see where she loses interest pretty quickly because she realizes this is not what I wanted. This is not what I planned for. Or at least, do you really plan to go on a heist and a mission with a guy that you've met and he's a bad boy and you're going to do some crazy shit because you can upgrade his villain tech or whatever, and then you're going to go somewhere like Italy or whatever to spend all that cash? I don't know if that's actually a dream of many people, but she realized real quickly, and it kind of goes to show that she wasn't necessarily bad per se, like a villain, but she realized I made the wrong choice because this is not what I wanted with us. And then her kind of like stopping him from attacking Batman, Batgirl, which by the way, Batgirl in the episode, and Robin at that one point, and then of course not wanting to be with them. Of course, she's still going to be taken to Arkham all that time. We saw at the end of the episode, but yeah. I think the coolest thing in the episode, besides Batgirl being in the episode, which was great, it's always great to see Barbara in the show, is we got to see a new Batsuit, which I should have mentioned earlier in the review, but it's okay. We got a new Batsuit, and it was badass. I love the design, love the red on the eyes. That's really cool. It was a really cool design. It reminded me of his ice suit that he first used, and I think he used it one other time. Yeah, he used it, I think, twice in total of the show. But regardless, the ice suit, the white ice suit that he wore when he fought Mr. Freeze, it was like the opposite, the polar opposite of that kind of. And it was cool to see kind of the different, like the polar opposite of that ice white suit against Mr. Freeze, and using this black, like metallic looking suit with the red eyes to go against Phosphorus Firefly. And every single time they find a way to maybe slow him down for a bit, he always broke out of it. So I'm wondering, is he actually going to not get up again after he gets hit with this hydrogen peroxide or whatever he called it? But Bruce pulled that gigantic thing out. And by the way, half of his mask was destroyed. I'm surprised no one, even Blaze, didn't, because you stay right there, she could have easily went, Bruce Wayne, but she didn't, but she could have easily. Yeah, I was wondering like how, because like there's sometimes in this show, as you guys know my reactions, I question how are they going to stop how are they going to do this? And I've actually also said this about Ben 10 and all that kind of stuff. Like how are they going to come to a conclusion? Like because how do you stop basically a nuclear reactor in a sense? Like how do you stop this guy with this power? Like how do you do it? And so they tried multiple methods, like I said, didn't work out too well. Kept getting stronger and stronger. Like it was just not good. And that new like thing he used, it was like some sort of like, I don't even know. It was like a gun, but it had like this like ball, and then he disintegrated it. But there was a batarang that had some sort of like, I forget what he said, but it could hold up to 4,000 something temperature or whatever. And it looked like a version of ice, but it was kind of like glue in a sense, and it wrapped all over him and everything. Of course, he broke out. But it was cool to see a little bit of in terms of gadget differences, and the fact that Alfred worked on the suit, that we got to see the new suit in this episode. He worked on it to get to the point where they could, he could actually try to take him on. I mean, that explosion where it destroyed half the mask and some of the part of the rest of the suit as well, that explosion, that was pretty crazy to watch, because I don't think Bruce has ever been this scared of stopping. Because I mean, look, Bruce as Batman, he's not supposed to be scared, right? He's not supposed to be scared of a villain. He really wasn't showing that, but I just in my headcanon, I think he was terrified that if he didn't stop him, that everything would be gone, right? First of all, they would die first. And even Blaze says, like, you're going to destroy us all, you're going to kill us all. Did she say kill us all? I have to go back and rewatch that scene. But he's like, man, whatever. He didn't care, right? Phosphorus Firefly, he didn't care. And it's like, I think Bruce was scared. Because Batgirl and Robin, I mean, Robin tried when they put that, what was like their version of Batwing or whatever, where he was flying that vehicle. They wrap that cord around him and they try to drag him up in the air, and then he burns, of course, the cord. They were trying to drag him away. I'm not sure how far they could have got him. I don't even know what the plan was. Was there a plan to take him out in the middle of the ocean and drop him in the water or something? I'm not sure if that would have done anything. I don't know, because maybe that would have killed him. I don't even know. I don't even know the parameters of that, because even Blaze earlier in the episode said, well, you can't eat, you can't do this, you can't sit in a car, like, you can't do anything. So I don't know, maybe he would stop breathing if they would have done it. I'm not sure what the goal was. Like, we never found that out. Of course, we never got to that point. But you get what I'm saying. So yeah, this episode was crazy in terms of the power that they gave him. And he's like, and he even mentioned too, I'm not one of your Arkham villains or whatever. I have real power. It's like, well, you know, some of those villains do have powers, just not to the level of you. But like, the thing was, he wasn't thinking clearly, because I don't think he realized that he could literally implode, right? Because even if he was to melt down, he would take everything, you know, with him essentially, and he would die in the process. Either or explode like a nuclear bomb. Either or, he should have known that the worse his powers are getting, like that he's not going to make it. He's lucky that Batman actually stopped him, because he would have died. Okay. And obviously he wouldn't have time to think about his choices because he's dead. But you get what I'm saying. Like, I think he really didn't realize the parameters of how bad this was. You know, it's kind of crazy how far they took this. I mean, literally, he was getting that close to destroying Gotham and taking out the nuclear plant and everything. It was going to be bad. So, had a good time with the episode. It was great to see the trio back together, Batman, Batgirl, and Robin, and seeing Firefly in the mix. I'm assuming maybe we'll see him again. I don't know. But I guess I was expecting, after seeing the Superman 2-parter and Green Arrow last episode, I guess I was expecting another hero in this episode, but it's okay. It is what it is. But I had a good time with the episode. I'm curious to know, you guys, what you thought about this episode of The Batman. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.